wand proper, like you're hitting them with a sword, you actually be able to deal 2 hit points of damage. If you tap that on the same frame you tap the sword icon, then you can get these swings of both at the same time, which is going to apply both of their damages to what you're swinging. So that means every swing of the wand sword there was 3 hit points worth of damage to the Patra.
Ooh, bad luck for Shiner. He found one of the 2 item rooms, but that was the one that had the book, and he passed it up.
Again, don't blame him there, because the book is a meme item. It's really one of those things where people pick it up just because it's funny to pick it up. And a lot of the times when people do pick it up to be funny, that ends up biting them in the butt, because then they end up getting the wand, and they can't actually utilize it effectively.
And we see the heart container being picked up by Shiner. That gives him 10 hearts, so now he has an opportunity to pick up Magical Sword.
BT finally finding another place to go here, getting a staircase that's going to allow him to bomb downwards into this corridor room.
Remember when we said that we thought that room was... He was wrong. That's going to take him to a new part of level 9, the southwestern section.
But still, no pig.
Wow, my goodness gracious. He's now in the NSU room. He's going to head north. The screen darkens.
There he is.
There he is at long last. An easy room to boot. It's the desert room, but he's going to need 16 strikes, and he's down to 1.5 hearts, so he's got to be careful.
So yeah, this is going to be huge. The what BT needs here is a stun like... Oh, no!
Oh, the Hyrule Driver!
And as BT gets Hyrule Drivered, Shiner found the silver arrows innate.
So now he'll make his play to the Triforce. That'll be his 7th Triforce piece, but it's going to be too little and too late at this point, because the killing of Ganon on BT side is going to be inevitable.
True, but it's going to be his hearts that are going to be the big thing. He only has 3, and with the wooden sword, that could give Ganon a huge advantage going into this fight.
Yeah, needing 16 hits, you need that all-important stun lock to have a good shot at it. And his other hope is he can farm some hearts. But now he's got 4 hearts. Yeah, we just realized something at TG. This was a double magic staircase to Ganon.
And considering BT just died as he got there, can we call it a stairway to heaven?
No. Gonna try to pick up the magical sword. Unfortunately for Shiner, 10 hearts is not enough. Now, Shiner doesn't know that the raft location on the eastern side of Hyrule is where he needs to go to get to level 7 to pick up the bow and Triforce.
Now, I don't know if this is a mismark from us or if Shiner missed a split, but his splits are only saying he's got 6 Triforces right now.
I think you're right. I was looking at the pause screen. Ooh, very possibly. And if that's the case, this is pretty much all but over now.
BT does have 6 hearts now as he's going to make his way into the Ganon fight, so that's going to give him at least a fighting chance here.
Absolutely. Key here is, can he get that stun lock to dispose of Ganon quickly? There's 1 hit, 2. Ooh, tried for the stun lock, but couldn't get it. 3. There's 4 hits. 5 hits. There's 6. Down to 4.5 hearts. It's going to be close. There's 7, but took a high roll driver there. Still needs 9 more hits. There's 8. Down to 2.5 hearts. This is going to be so close, TGE. There's 9.
Yeah, this is insane. This reminds me of I don't know if you saw it, but last year's SGDQ, Jay Coper had a swordless run where he basically went through the entire game swordless and then picked up the wood sword right before he came into Ganon. The tension here reminds me of the tension level there. But, stun lock a little bit anyway.
Yeah, he's got a few more hits left to go. 1.5 hearts left. Now down to a heart. Oh, another high roll driver, and down goes BT again. Oh, and he was 3 hits away from defeating Ganon, too. Ouch.
Shiner has now found the bow in 7. He's already got the compass as well. So the comeback could be real.
Yes, it could be. But again, I still think that Shiner was just too far behind. But hey, you never know. What if Ganon continues to give BT problems? Is it going to be spinning in his mind that he wishes that he had a more powerful sword, or if he had more hearts or whatnot?
I think at this point, it's not the sword that's doing BT in, it's the lack of potion. Because if he had a potion there, he would have Ganon dead to rights.
Yeah, this would be an easy win for him. Yeah, I don't care what kind of player you are. Having a potion, better to be safe than sorry, because you just never know what kind of scenario you're going to find yourself in, like BT is in right now. And he's spent quite a bit of time in level 9. It's approaching 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agreed with his thought process of coming into 9 without the potions, because there was no, as far as I can recall, no decent potion shop on the path to 9. So I definitely liked the call. But at this point, it looks like it's might be coming back to bite him.
Yeah, but again, remember, Shiner still has to go back into level 5 to pick up the Triforce piece there before he can go into level 9.
But yeah, Yunus in chat makes a very good point, and I wasn't sure if BT did or not, but BT does run low percent. So for those who don't know what low percent is, low percent basically means you only pick up the minimum required items to beat the game. And that is it. So that means it is 3 hearts, green tunic, wood sword on Ganon.
That's right. I've been watching Lack Attack 24, of course, the world record holder in Zelda 1. He had been doing a lot of low attempts lately. So yeah, I have seen it before, and yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure, TGE.
BT getting a Windsrobe hug as he makes his way back to Ganon. So now we're going to try this with the 2-heart variant.
This could be ugly, folks. We'll find out. There's 1. There's 2 hits. 3. Got the stun lock. 4,
stun
5,
lock.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, he's got them all!
That was a gigantic stun lock for BT. Now that he has this, make sure the door's open, leave the room, and he's going to be able to up A and get his way to Zelda.
What a perfect display of the stun lock there for BT, and that is going to give him this race.
Checking, of course, to see if he has a faster way to find Zelda. That ain't gonna do it. That's just gonna bring him to the tooth of the skull.
Ooh, yeah, that was a troll staircase, it looks like. So I think he's just gonna go play it safe, up an A. You know the path to Zelda. Just take that path and be on your way to victory.
Shiner finding the red candle over in level 5. So now he just has to go and grab the Triforce and he can make his way to level 9, but it's gonna be too little, too late here at this point.
And there's the Triforce in the Triforce room all by itself, so that is his 8th and final Triforce capture. But so he can go into level 9, but yes, like you said, unfortunately, he's going to discover the bad news really shortly that BT is just about ready to wrap this up.
The thing with BT, though, is I think he got himself a little lost because he's so much of 9 cleared. I don't think he quite remembers the initial path to Zelda because he took the wrong one there to start with. So he's going to have to get his wits about him and remember the exact way he went.
Yeah, he's going to have to, it doesn't look like, according to his stream layout, if he has it somewhere else, we can't see it, but yeah, it doesn't look like he's got a map that has markings on it. Now we see that Shiner finds the bonus cave where Vanilla level 4 is to pick up the heart container. I would imagine he's going to try and make another play for Mags before he heads for level 9.
I definitely agree it's the right call.
Now, he seems to regret his decision. He's saying that he should have taken the potion instead, because he's only got 15 rupees.
No, I agree that it definitely is the right call to take the potion there, but I also agree with the call to go and try for Mags here. So both of them, it's one of those things where I like both options, but now seeing, of course, that Mags isn't there, yeah, I like taking the potion better, but it's not going to matter. Zelda's on an island, literally in the tea room, so you would have had to have ladder clipped any other way, and that's going to... the big thing, of course, here I want to point out is Zelda was found in the eye of the left-hand side of the skull. Fred.
That means she's in her normal room, even though it's not the normal surroundings. She's in the right spot. That means Fred! But no matter, BT has found Zelda. He is the winner of this race. That means he is going to advance to the next round of the winner's bracket to take on either Jam Evil or Vonky. And now we have BT in the commentator's booth with us. BT, congratulations. You have won this race. You're moving on to the next round. Boy, how trolly was that 9?
That 9 was very interesting. It was a very long corridor of repetitive monsters that kept respawning.
A double magical staircase in order to get to Ganon. And he gave you some problems early on, but that third time was the charm. You got the great stun lock on him, even with 2 hearts. Man, oh man, well done. Congratulations. So how are you feeling right now?
I'm just glad that's over. I felt like it was going really slowly because I didn't pick up a wood sword for like 16 minutes. So I was not feeling too good. But then I looked up and I was like, hey, I could finish this sub-hour. And then I got into 9 and I was like, I didn't find the bracelet. I'm not going to get the white sword. I don't have enough hearts to try for the magical sword. And I just need to have bombs. And then I didn't end up using too many bombs. I had to force them a couple times. But...
Now, BT, if it's any consolation, Shiner has tried for magical sword twice, and you need at least 12 hearts for it.
I don't know where 12 parts are. That seed was brutal.
Yeah, this is a tough seed, but you almost made that look really, really easy. Yeah, you did have a chance for that sub-hour if 9 would have cooperated, but of course 9 being the great equalizer, you found Zelda quickly, and usually it's the other way around. Usually Zelda is the better hide-and-seek player, but in this case, Ganon was the master champion here, but still, you had a really good race, a great time. So your next opponent is going to be the winner of the Jam Evil Vonky race. So give us your thoughts about what your upcoming race might be.
My upcoming race might be Jam Evil. He actually tracks his 9, so that's pretty advantageous against me because I do my 9 by memory, and that constantly fails me. Oh, you don't track 9? Oh man, Jammy, then you are going to have quite a match. I hope Vonky kills you.
Hey TG, what kind of questions you got for our champion here?
First question I have, and because it's me, we all know it's banana related. When you did the world wrap and saw the inferior model on the coast, thoughts?
My thoughts were, oh thank God, now I can stun the monsters that block the path to the note, to the area west of 9, and a whole bunch of other places. I found bombs before a sword, so I was happy just boomeranging everything. I threw in some extra diagonal long chucks for you.
I saw that. That was nice. Thanks very much.
Just proving how inferior it is, just waiting for it to return to you.
See, you heard it here first, folks.
But yeah, that was really fun to see. That's really, really difficult, and I wouldn't wish that seed on anyone, really. How's Shiner doing? I haven't brought him up yet.
Shiner's in level 9. His problem was he spent all kinds of time in level 6 because he had gotten the hint that the power bracelet was in level 6 and that the power bracelet was required for White Sword. And since that was a whiz rope laden dungeon, he took a lot of deaths to those whiz ropes, and that ended up costing him a lot of time. And in my opinion, that ended up being the difference in this race was that level 6.
Yeah, my reaction to 6 was nope, and then I deduced that I needed the power bracelet because White Sword was by start, and I was like, well, I did everything by start, and I didn't encounter White Sword. And I was like, maybe the power bracelet's in 3, and I think that's where the red candle was, and I was like, well, I guess we have a wood sword for...
Red Candle was in level 5, Heart Container was in level 3.
Oh yeah, 3.
That is all right. How about that level 7 though? That's got to be one of the easiest level 7s you'll ever see.
Yeah, I'm just lucky I entered in with bombs, and I guess I'm lucky I went left. I usually like to go straight up in dungeons, but for some reason I just leaned to the left for 7, and that worked out for me.
So I guess at this point I want to ask, you run a lot of low percent, so coming into Ganon with only having 3 hearts, yes, you had a red wing with the wood sword. How has been running low percent in the past, couple of months or however long you've been running it? How much did that help contribute to your ability to kill Ganon with wood sword?
I don't think I've made it to Ganon in like a month of low percent, but I feel like my heart rate doesn't even elevate anymore. Like a low heart Ganon fight. Like the second to the last time I fought him, I forced a fairy on Landmilla, and I was like, oh sweet, I had 7 hearts or something going into it. That's 28 effective health, and I couldn't do it. And then I made it back there with 2 hearts, and I still unlocked him. So I don't know. Once you know the game, like what it can do, like how trolly it's good to be, the health doesn't matter, the sword doesn't matter. It's just positioning. Like those blue Wizrobe rooms with just wood sword and beaming is, just a patience test instead of like, oh, I'm gonna drop bombs everywhere and panic.
Well, it looks like that Shiner is going to try and complete the seed now. As you can see, he is in the Dark Nut sprite, which means instead of fighting Ganon, he is going to be fighting Zelda as the final boss if he can find her before he decides to wave the white flag. So that should be fun to watch, because I like to say, instead of a Hyrule driver, I like to call it a Zelda hug.
Did he get both bomb upgrades? I didn't have enough money for either time I found a bomb upgrade. It was about 20 short one time.
He did. He did get both.
How many do we get?
5.
5?
Yep, so he's got 18 as a max total.
Jesus.
Yeah,
that would have been nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, bomb upgrades were quite expensive in the seed, almost the maximum that it could have possibly been.
Jeez. No fair, Fred. What we're thinking.
But we do have a Ganon sighting over on Shiner's side, or in this case,
it's
Zelda.
a Zelda sighting. So now, let's see what happens in this fight. Oh, and there's a Zelda hug right there. I guess Zelda just wanted to display some affection at Dark Nut.
This is
right.
Yeah, this is the right thing.
Stunlock on Zelda, though. And down goes Zelda. That was a very nice fight there for
That's a way more efficient
Shiner.
path.
Yeah, perfect.
He found a different way. I didn't have a bomb when I made it to that room.
Yeah, well, the difference is he still doesn't know where Zelda is right now.
Or in this case, Ganon, right?
The end of his sword.
Right. Yeah. The 2 things to find here is the route that you took into it is going to be the easier way to get to Zelda or Ganon in this case, because it was in the T room. So if he goes in from the north, he's going to have to clip to get her.
Yes, that's correct. So, yep. So once he finds Ganon, we're going to see the return of Ganon message that you'll see instead of the thanks, Link, you are the hero of Hyrule. So, yep, he's going to be a good sport here, finish up this seed, and that will be the end of this particular race. He goes ahead and drinks his last potion to refill his health. So all he's got to do is find Ganon, and that'll be it.
What's that device that refills your health? I've never seen.
Yeah, a potion. I'm pretty sure in most of the races I've ever called that you've done, I don't think I've ever seen you actually drink a potion in this game.
In a race, maybe once. I'm infamous for picking up a heart container when I mean to pick up a potion. And that was back during the 80% tournament.
Something about Taco getting triple jows.
Yep.
And guess what? Yeah. Shiner has found Ganon, but in order to retrieve him, he's going to have to do that difficult ladder block, which he does, so he finishes the race with a time of around 85 minutes. So a nice race for him, but in the end, level 6 proved to be what cost him here.
Yeah, but that was a fairly efficient 9 compared to the 20-plus minute one we saw for BT.
Okay, I can finally get in here for my interview. I'm sure you guys have a plethora of questions for me, like, Shiner, why are you a gambling man? And why do you hate swords? And why do you like frosted bananas? I am ready to answer all of these and more.
Actually, the big question is, why do you like level 6 so much?
I got the hint that said the power bracelet was in level 6. And I also got the hint that said the Moblin has a white sword near start. And the only screen near start that I had not uncovered was the one with the power bracelet rock. So I realized I need to get the power bracelet to get the white sword. And then when I saw the choke point room in 6, and what a scrub I am, unable to beat it, I went and got the red ring first. So lots of places where I lost time.
And unfortunately, that level 6 proved to be the factor that ended up costing you the race because you had a dynamite level 9 as opposed to BT.
Oh, really? I thought that was a pretty painless 9. I've talked to people about how to search 9, and their search pattern of like staying away from the edges so you can listen for Ganon is pretty good.
BT had 2 problems. One, he had trouble finding the double magical staircase to get to the western part of level 9. And 2, he only had 1 sword to take with him, which of course, again, he is a low percent player, so he has the advantage of that, but it did take him 3 tries to defeat Ganon in his race.
Well, that means he beat... Well, I had to beat level 6 with wooden sword as well, but the rest of the game with wooden sword, I'm pretty impressed. That was a pretty nightmare seed, but I honestly find the nightmare seeds more fun. Like, I figured out early on as well from all the hints I got that I was going to need the raft to get to level 7, because I found every coastal screen as well.
Yeah, you had a really good... other than that level 6, yeah, you played a really good race, but what happened in level 5 where you ended up not getting the Triforce?
It was bow blocked, wasn't it?
Oh, was it bow blocked? TG, I didn't notice. Was that bow blocked?
I believe it was.
Ah, that would explain it then. Alrighty.
Yeah, that's what I figured out. I bombed every possible wall, and I bought wooden arrows early on because I was just desperate for any sort of weapon system. So when I realized I need to go find the bow, I thought, I want to put off exploring level 7. I want to make sure that's what I need. I was in the area. I thought like I could do 7, but I don't want to run around exploring there if I don't need to. I'm already pretty behind. My biggest downfall was probably being swordless for, 25 minutes?
Yeah, that's right. It took you a long time to find the wooden sword. Now, it took a BT a long time, but yeah, it took you even longer than it took BT. I think BT might have had, I'd say, a good 15 minutes on you in terms of the sword.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I found so many levels, but couldn't do anything meaningful. There's one thing I don't like about our tournament flags, and that's the white sword isn't shuffled. I have no problem exploring dungeons swordless if because I'm totally willing to get lucky and find the white sword early on. But with white sword requiring hearts, there's really no merit in plundering around in dungeons without a weapon, because you're not going to find one, most likely, unless you get really lucky and find the wand. Or if you have a lot of money and have wooden arrows and find a bow, you might find a red candle, but that's not the best. Like the payoff is just not worth it. Sword is just very instrumental with the tournament flags.
Yeah, and unfortunately the wand was in level 9 this time around.
Yeah, I figured that out by process of elimination because, again, I overexplored this seed and finished that way.
You did you made a really good comeback, and if BT would have had even more problems, or if you just would have had a less troll at level 6, this would have been really, really close. So anything could have happened. That's why we call level 9 the great equalizer. If you would have been closer to him, you would have had the come from behind victory. So hey, anything's possible in the Zelda seed. You played a great race, but you're not out of the tournament yet. You will continue to play in the Zelda Randomizer tournament, and who knows, you may get another shot at BT.
Yeah, I might. I gotta practice my screen scrolls. I watched this last match and I noticed that BT is just pretty much perfect when it comes to screen scrolls, and people saw me flub mine a lot, so I didn't expect to win here just because he'd have better economy of motion world map. Third thing. I died a lot at the beginning, and I'm sure people thought I made a questionable decision taking a heart over a blue candle when I had nothing, but it's because I did find a candle shop and decided I was going to buy a candle and hope to find the white sword. And then when I got that hint about the white sword, you saw me just kind of froze. I froze for a bit, just stunned, just in disbelief that my gamble did not pay off.
And sometimes you take a gamble, sometimes it pays off, and sometimes it doesn't. But hey, again, you played a great race. You're not out of it yet, and hopefully you'll have learned what you need to do for the next seed. Hopefully, it's not as trolly as the one that you discovered here tonight. So, TG, you got any other questions?
I do not have any other questions.
I have a question. Are there Any other matches tonight? Oh, I don't think so.
No,
Nope,
there
this
are
last
not.
one. Yep.
We
All right.
win! We win, Zelda! Everyone go to bed.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be around.
Hey, good game, Shiner.
All right. Thank you very much for the both of you for your time, and have a great rest of your night. And good luck to both of you in the rest of the tournament.
Same to you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. All right.